best thing to do now, because we said 11 o'clock, is make our way over and find out if we're allowed to enter the neighborhood. Let's head over.
Can they stop us? Can they question us? You know,
well,
what are you doing
if
here?
They're gonna question you guys, you're all acting as process servers today. All of you have a copy of the lawsuit, and I've deputized you all, and all of you sent me an invoice, which I have. I received over 150 invoices last night from all of you. So we are all right now acting as officers of the court. All right. Let's see what they're going to do. Good morning, sir. How are you? All right. Yeah. Well, actually, there's fewer officers than I thought there would be. All right. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Marvelous day today. So I was wondering, would it be okay if we entered the street so I can serve these 3 envelopes to Doug Ford?
No.
Okay. Do you mind if I ask why that would be, sir?
I'll give you this letter.
Okay.
It was emailed to you on the 21st.
Okay, everyone, hold on. Back up with the cameras, everybody. I have to read this letter to everybody so that everyone knows what's going on here today. This letter was sent to me, and this is the first time somebody got my address right. So congratulations to the Minister of the Attorney General. On January 21st, I got this letter. Dear Mr. Johnston, we understand that you are intending to serve a legal document on the Premier of Ontario. Please note, as of March 23rd, 2020, the attached regulation was made under the Emergency Management and Civil Protection Act that mandates that any and all documents for civil, non-criminal cases, which are to be served on the Crown, shall only be served by email until further notice. This includes all ministers of the Crown, which would include the Premier and the Attorney General of Ontario, the children's lawyer, the public guardian and trustee, or the director of the Family Responsibility Office. Further details may be found on the Ministry of the Attorney General website. If your document relates to a civil legal matter, then please send it to cloc.reception@ontario.ca. If your document is of a constitutional nature, which my next one is going to be, please send it to clbsupport@ontario.ca. All right. If you have any questions, please contact the undersigned, and then yours truly with a photocopied scratch so that there's no real signature on it. Sean Kearney, Legal Director, Crown Law Office, Civil Ministry of the Attorney General. Now, when I received this letter, the first thing I did is I forwarded this to my lawyer. And the two of us sat there reading it. And let's be honest, I tell you guys the truth. Everything I do, we're both kind of giggling a little bit. First off, we're laughing because this is asinine. All right, who am I? I'm a 5'6", overweight, middle-aged guy, almost 50 years of age. My left eye is almost completely blind. I'm partially deaf in this ear. I have had so many freaking surgeries on my joints that I walk around with chronic pain. Who am I? I'm nobody. But the problem is Doug Ford with this kind of an action, and you guys, I don't blame you. All right, I love you guys. But doing this turns me into somebody. And my goal when I started reporting 4 years ago was not to be famous, was not to be a pain in the butt publicly, was not to be showing the world that the country is broken. That was not my goal. My goal was just to have a job. But you guys you heard the story. For 16 years, I was told that we are not hiring white males right now. I'm thinking, my Lord, what happened to the country that all of a sudden I can't have a job because of the color of my skin? I thought this country was dead set against racism, but it wasn't. That's why I formed freedomreport.ca in December of 2016. Sheer frustration. Do you know how depressing it is to be a middle-aged guy who can't provide for his family because the country won't let him work? That was left-wing ideology that did that, everybody. White Christian males are bad. They've ruined everything around the world. Don't let them work. Well, you left-wing nuts out there like Antifa, like Black Lives Matter, the Ottawa Communist League, and all you other fools, this is what you created. Me. You did this. If you guys had just let me have a job, I would have settled for $48,000 a year. Not a single human being on this planet would know my name. I would be the nobody that I should have been. You know who helped kickstart this? Mississauga Mayor Bonnie Crombie. when she decided to be a complete racist fool and try to call me racist, blaming me for doing the exact same things she was doing. She made my name national. We got to thank that foolish lady very much. And now we have to thank Doug Ford very much for continuing to add to notoriety here, which I really today don't want. I just want to serve this. I want to get $35,000 from Doug Ford, who said I can't work. I want to go home. Right? It's cold out here. I want to have how much of my chocolate, guys?
So
You
what
know,
happened? Dougie's not home?
you know, I
got a
haven't
cottage?
seen the last 3 episodes of The Mandalorian yet, and although I hate the Disney Corporation, the show's not bad. I could be there, right now, having hot chocolate. Okay,
Now,
so
constitutionally, can they stop you from serving this lawsuit?
well, no, they cannot stop me constitutionally, but
Is the black pickup truck in the driveway? That's his car.
you mean
The pickup.
the pickup? Hold on there. I see an SUV and I see a secondary white SUV and I see a Chevy something. Is that a pickup truck? Again, guys, I'm almost blind in my left eye, so I can't tell. All right. So the other reason this is asinine, everybody, is not just because of how foolish this act is. This is asinine because it's completely against the Constitution. For Doug Ford to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to destroy the lives of 14.5 million people, and then I'm going to write a law that says that I cannot be held to account, and nor can anybody that works under me. How is he going to get away with that? The Constitution and the Charter state clearly that you can't write laws at any level below the federal government to circumvent or overtake or outdo the Charter. So this is actually unconstitutional, as Ed has said. So I'm not going to read the Emergency Measures and Civil Protection Act. I made that available on my website, kevinjjohnston.ca. Oh, it's in French too. Good.
Now, what happens if someone tries to stop you from serving a
All right.
document that is legally binding?
That's a very good question. Ed just asked, what happens if somebody tries to stop me acting as an officer of the court trying to serve a lawsuit? That's called obstruction of justice. If it's physical, it's assault. Now, I am not here to test the waters. I'm not here. I don't want to be assaulted today. I don't want to be touched. I don't want any of these gentlemen to be in a position where they have to touch me. I don't want to be arrested. Lady, I'm sorry. All right. I don't want any of that. I just wanted to do what the law says I'm allowed to do. So I'm going to ask nicely, gentlemen, ladies, may I please go over there and just serve this document?
You've been given the instructions, sir, on how to serve the document. You can do it that way. But,
Okay,
you're not
this is not legal. What this
I'm
gentleman
not
is
here to
suggesting.
argue with you what's legal and what's not legal. You've been served the document. You understand. You've read it to everybody.
Well, I've read it. We understand it, but we also understand that it's completely unconstitutional. I've
That's your
acquired
take
the
on it?
appropriate
That's
legal
your take on it?
advice.
Absolutely.
I have
And
acquired-
You can do that.
I've acquired the legal advice on this. All right, officers, would anybody here then take service of these documents on behalf of the Premier? Would any of the gentlemen in that truck over there, I assume that they work directly for him. Will anybody here?
Nobody's taking service.
All right, no one's going to take service. If I am to walk on the street to try to serve, what happens?
You'll be arrested.
I will be arrested. On what charge?
That's obstruction of justice.
What's the charge, sir? I just need to know what the charge is going to be.
You'll be arrested, sir.
Do you know what the charge is?
What's-
It's a pretty simple question.
What's the charge?
Can you repeat your
This is
vote?
obstruction
You'll
of
be
justice. I've
arrested
been
for
hired
common use.
as a process
Common
server.
nuisance.
That seems to be
Oh,
the
yeah.
go-to these days.
Yeah, that is the go-to.
Is there
What,
public safety, sir?
why would I be charged for common nuisance? Is the public safety in danger right now?
It is. You're gathering a bunch of people, and it's against the.
Well, actually, I'm not gathering anybody. These are all process service who have been hired. They're all process service. All of them sent me an invoice.
You've also been told on how to serve it, and you're not serving it this way, so they're not summon servers right now.
All right, so you hear that, everyone? The Toronto police are actually breaking the law, unfortunately. I don't blame this man. He has his orders. But the law is now being broken. We are seeing that. Oh, that's a good. Would that be okay? Could you?
I'm not getting into any argument with any of
Oh,
you
no, it's not an
people.
argument.
It's not an argument.
Oh,
It's simply,
here comes the snow.
And the police are blocking the road.
All right,
You're
so,
obstructing justice. I'm being
All right.
a paid
guys,
process server.
it'd be
I have
so
the
much
right
easier if I
to
just walked
deliver
over there.
these
I could,
documents
if you don't mind. I mean, I could just drop it in the mailbox.
You're in a
You're
code
not coming
code.
on the street.
We're told that if we're going to
What was the actual
do
instruction?
the
You know-
legal matter
You know you
and
weren't coming on the
walk
street.
on the
Actually, I
road,
didn't
which
know
is a
that.
public road, which
I
is
did
being
no,
closed
I did
for
not
other
know that I
reasons
wasn't
other
coming on
than
the street.
fact
Well, you've been told.
that they're not
I was
You know
sent
how to serve the premier.
I was sent
served,
this.
Go about
and
doing
they're
it.
obstructing justice.
Okay, but
I'm
I'd like
not going
to.
to argue
And
with
they're
you
going to
anymore.
arrest
You're not
I'd like-
coming on
okay,
the street.
charge, but
okay.
they can't even make up a charge.
How about you, sir?
We asked them what the
Would
charge
you take
is. They don't
service
know what it is.
on behalf of Doug Ford, not the premier? This lawsuit is not against the government. This lawsuit is not against the political party. It's against Doug Ford, the man.
And we have to deliver it to his
Kevin
residence
J.
address.
Johnston, the man, not the
That's what we're
person, but the
hired to
man.
do. How can you stop us from doing that? What you're
Alright.
doing right now is unlawful.
Would can I interview you, sir? You take service.
I will not take service.
Okay.
You've already been given
Ma'am?
instruction on what to do.
Would you take service? Sir, would you take service? No? Okay. Would you take service? How about yourself? Would you take service? Will you take service? Could those two gentlemen down there take service? All right.
Nobody's taking service.
Would it be okay if we went to the other side of the street and came down that way? Or if we barricaded both sides?
Or what if we cut through a backyard?
So that's trespassing. We are not going to break the law in any way.
No,
everybody.
only the police can break
So-
the law.
All right, everyone. So let's get y'all to back up just a little bit here.
Or any other laws, they just do whatever they want. This is a police state now. We live in martial law. This is what we have now.
Well, we have a premier, everybody. If you like, what I could do is I could take the lawsuit out and read a couple passages of this so that we understand exactly why it is Doug Ford does not want this document served. But it's too late because 4,000 copies as of this morning were downloaded.
Yeah.
I told you all that's not enough. We need 1 million
Well, we can
people
mail
to
it,
see
regular
what's
mail,
in
we
this
can regular-
lawsuit.
Regular mail, we can send
All
it
right.
by courier. We can send it all different ways.
Absolutely. So what we could do-
Stop it, we can send it to his government office. We can email it to him. We can send it every which way so he can't say that he wasn't served. And this is proof that you refused to allow it to be served. And shame on you for breaking the law yourselves. Are you above the law?
Well, Doug Ford believes that he is above the law. The problem is, in our current parliamentary system, is that there are no checks and balances for what Doug Ford is doing, and also no checks and balances for what Justin Trudeau is doing. If you guys ever watched the interview that took place between Paul Martin and the CBC, and Jean Chrétien, also both of them as former prime ministers, explained that in our current system, the prime minister of the country can walk up to a room of children, shoot them in the head while broadcasting live on Instagram or Facebook or VK, and not do a single day in jail. That is the unfortunate part of the way our system is structured. Now, Doug Ford, because the province of Ontario is an independent nation, Canada's an administrative body for 10 independent countries. So Doug Ford is the prime minister of Ontario, and it has the exact same parliamentary system with a couple of different decorations on the wall, as does the federal government. Meaning that Doug Ford could walk up to me right now and put a bullet in my head and not do a single solitary day in jail. Now that has to change, everybody. And that is why Doug Ford does not want people like me and everybody here to have a voice.